Welcome to Central News, I'm Amy Forrest. In today's news, a section of State Highway 36 between Tauranga and Rotorua was closed today to allow the removal of slip material. New Zealand Transport Agency reports the section of Mangawera Gorge between Dudley Road and Te Matai Road has been closed from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. today and potentially tomorrow, while a helicopter carrying a monsoon bucket drops upwards of 5,000 litres of water to reduce the risk of slips. The helicopter will be used to flush out soft soil and vegetation above a section of the road. The section of State Highway 36 has been down to one lane since Easter weekend, following a large slip caused by heavy rain. New Zealand Transport Association Highways Manager Brett Glidden says works are preventative and will make that section of highway safer for motorists by preventing slips in the future. He says the Transport Agency apologises for any inconvenience, but we're focusing on creating safer journeys for road users. The road will be reopened to one lane after the helicopter is finished to allow contractors to clear the soil and vegetation off the highway. Weather permitting, it is expected both lanes will be fully open by Saturday, June 28th. The Hamilton City Council has turned down an application by the Hamilton Homeless Group to feed the city's vagrant population in Garden Place each evening. The council claims that protecting the public and stemming the offensive behaviour of some of the homeless people who congregate in the city centre were the council's main reasons for declining a permit to Hamilton Homeless to serve food in Garden Place and Civic Square 7 days a week from 5:30 till 7 p.m. The group has links to Kyle Chapman, the former leader of the National Front and founder of right-wing resistance group. Chapman was, for a time, Hamilton Homeless Funding Coordinator and the organiser of Meals on Thursday nights. Council Chief Executive Barry Harris stressed Chapman's involvement or otherwise with the group was not a factor in the Council's decision, which was determined by its public places policy and bylaw. Harris claims that they have received a number of complaints in relation to the Hamilton Homeless Group's activities across the city, which they are responding to by declining the permit to protect the public and minimise offensive behaviour. Claire Chapman said she believed the council should be doing more to help the homeless through their group, and she was due to meet with them tomorrow to discuss the matter. A Tupuna man is amazed a pair of men walked away from a vehicle unscathed after smashing into a power pole outside the BP service station in Tupuna yesterday. Although both escaped without injury, the 23-year-old driver is due to appear in Tauranga District Court today, charged with possession of cannabis for supply, careless driving, driving while suspended, possession of utensils for methamphetamine use and unlawful possession of ammunition. Now for our region's marine forecast. Raglan rising Thursday evening westerly 25 knots with rough sea. High tide is 18 minutes past 9 a.m. To Tauranga, northerly 30 knots, changing Thursday evening, westerly 25 knots. High tide is at 6:42 p.m. Just ahead, Love Local Tauranga. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. If you live in Tauranga and have always wanted to know the best place to eat, or just need to know that somewhere comes recommended, well, now there is a website for you, Love Local Tauranga. This was launched last week, so Wayne found out about the site.
It's a website that everyone in Tauranga can go onto and share what they love about Tauranga with each other. Like you would out socially, you'd say, hey, have you tried that new cafe? Or gosh, they do a great Eggs Benedict, or gosh, that mechanic's great. Well, this is where you can do that online and all share what you've discovered. So you can find out really quickly where to go out for dinner or where to take your children to play. It's a sharing community platform. That's what we're so excited about.
So how does the website work? Like, can businesses upload material and their profile?
Well, we upload businesses. We've got a huge database, 33,000 businesses around New Zealand. But then you can go on, that's all free. We support local businesses, but any business can go on and then change their listing, update their opening hours, and really activate what we're doing for them. And then obviously they can pay and they can do more and more and more because we're digital experts. But primarily it's there for free so that everyone in the community is on it. But the businesses that do well are the ones that get the popularity, and we call that loving. Going on and loving something, saying, hey, this is great and why it's great. And you can go on the site and you can see exactly, if you go to a new town or if you're looking at discovering Tauranga, you can see exactly which cafe or which bar or which mechanic people actually love. So it's popular opinion, word of mouth online.
Now, is it just for restaurants, or is it wider than that?
Much broader than that, although I have to say that our hero category obviously is out and about, because when you go out and about you think, where should we go or what should we do? But no, it's really lots of tradespeople, people looking, all the people that you think of referral, all the people that you think, I just need someone to tell me a good dentist, or I just need someone to tell me a good mechanic. Everyone, it's the whole community coming together. But you only do well if you become popular.
Now, you've just launched here in Tauranga, but why in Tauranga? What was the reason?
Well, we had a look around New Zealand. It launched in Auckland originally, and we thought, where would we love to do a great big party to launch the Love Local movement? This is based on the Love Local movement, which is a global movement, which is going around the world. We wanted to bring it to New Zealand. We came down to Tauranga. We have obviously people that live and work in Tauranga. They said, come down and have a look. We could see straight away. I mean, this is such an exciting place to be right now. It's got all its heritage of the New Zealand beach, but it's got this amazing dynamic growth. Very vital. It has wonderful visitors coming to the port. This is perfect.
It's been a dream since the early 80s, and thanks to the fantastic fundraising efforts of a small group of dedicated people, the Te Aroha Event Centre could soon be a reality. A final fundraising push is underway with a function this Friday night with a panel of 5 celebrity guest speakers. Anne-Marie spoke with spokesperson Paul Williams to find out more.
Paul Williams, you're the spokesperson for the Te Aroha Event Centre Charitable Trust. It's been 4 long years, but you've raised just over $1 million a year so far.
We have. It's been a great effort. Really proud of the town.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic effort, actually. Just typical small town community coming together.
Yep. Yeah, we were told to put our money where our mouth was, and I think we've achieved that. We've just got to get the final few dollars and we're into it.
So you're on the home straight.
Definitely.
And you have an event happening this Friday at the Cobras Club Rooms in Te Aroha.
Yeah.
Tell me about the night.
Oh, it's going to be a huge night. We've got 5 great sports people or high achievers, and it'll be a long time since Te Aroha's had something like that going on in town. Ticket sales have been going really well, and yeah, we have a limited number, so you must be in quick because they will all sell out. Yeah. So we have Chris Kugelijn, Pero Cameron, James Bannatyne, Cherie Taylor and Richard Beck, who are all great achievers in their sports.
Absolutely, and Richard Beck will MC the night as well as being a guest speaker.
And doing the interviewing, It'll be great.
And Pero Cameron tells some great stories.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot in his career. I googled him the other night. He's an amazing man.
He is, though. Waikato Pistons now coach, and of course probably one of the greatest Tall Blacks ever.
Oh, definitely. What it said on Google, in 2002 when they went to the World Champs, fourth, he was the only non-NBA player to make the tournament team.
Absolutely, I know. Amazing. And that is often forgotten about.
He's huge.
Yeah, so limited numbers,
Definitely.
Still a few tickets. Is it too late?
No, it's not too late. Not too late. Never too late. We do have limited numbers though, because the club rooms only hold so many, and it will sell out. So yeah, Piako Stationery and Te Aroha or our Facebook page, but be in quick.
Miss it or miss out.
Exactly right. It'll be a huge night.
Now you're auctioning off holiday homes,
That's
not
right.
forever, just the use of. We should clarify that. Someone will say, "I want a holiday home." No, three nights though.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
most of them will be 3 nights. They're all in 10 different places around the Coromandel, Bay of Plenty, and also Ohakune.
Yes.
So yeah, most of them will be 3 nights, and arrangement with the owners. But it'll be a great effort.
How much more money do you need?
The golden question.
That's got to be asked.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we have 4.2 million.
Yes.
The target originally was 4.5, so that's what we've been aiming for. But as with anything, it's we haven't done the definite plan yet. Until that's done in the next couple of months, we won't know the final outcome. But I'm saying we're within sort of 700,000 or 800,000. That's the plan, because we can't, realistically, we can't go over 5 million. We can't raise much more than that. So if you've got a lazy $500,000, contact me.
You know where you can send it.
Exactly right.
You're within cooey of it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what is the next step? Once you have raised the money, once this fantastic event has gone ahead and you've raised 100,000 here's hoping from Friday. What's the next step in the process?
Well, I mean, we're working with the council now. We have a governance group and we meet once a month, and it's a planning process now. We've got to decide how much realistically we can afford, and that'll decide how big it is, and then we can do a more definite plan, resource consent, and then really the planning process. Yeah, so we're right there. It's all going at the right step.
And it's going to be in Boyd Park?
It'll be at Boyd Park, certainly. Yes, it's always been there. Just where was always the question, but now it'll be over by the netball courts. Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic, and of course people can get tickets for this week's event from Piako Stationery in Te Araha or on your Facebook page.
Exactly. Thanks
Paul,
very much.
Thanks for coming in.
Great, thanks.
Make sure you get your tickets from Piako Stationery before they sell out, or check out the Te Aroha Event Centre Facebook page for more details. Coming up next, the Rena Rec. Should it stay or should it go? Welcome back. The owners of the arena have applied for consent to the Bay of Plenty Regional Council to leave the remains of the wreck where it lies on the Astrolabe Reef. Wayne caught up with Mayor Stuart Crosby to find out if they will fight the application.
So Stuart, where does the Tauranga City Council stand on the consent process for leaving the wreck of the arena on the Astrolabe Reef?
Yeah, the application was only lodged last week, so we as yet haven't had an opportunity to have a good look at it, but what we have done is got a team of both elected members and staff going through it, and I'm hopeful that we will make a submission to it. The content, I'm not sure yet, but we'll certainly be looking for some significant conditions to make sure that over the next decade there are responsibilities on the owner and the insurer to clean up any mess that's still there. The wreck itself will more than likely stay there. It's breaking up. It's virtually impossible to remove as one piece now or in bits. So we'll probably look more towards the conditions of consent for it staying there.
Was the Tauranga City Council involved in the process regarding the future of the wreck itself?
No, we weren't. It was either the Bay of Plenty Regional Council, Maritime New Zealand or other government departments, but we were kept informed on a pretty regular basis by the owner and the insurer about what they're doing, and the next phase is even more clean up around the debris field, which we're very pleased about. It's been very expensive, I might add. They keep telling me it's over 420 million US now, which is quite significant.
And I guess it's an obvious question, but will the Tauranga City Council be involved in submitting with regard to the resource consent?
I believe we will. We're just not sure of the content yet because we haven't trolled through the volumes of evidence that they've supplied, both from an environmental perspective and also from a safety perspective for any salvors that may attempt to remove the arena.
Any predictions regarding the outcome of all of this?
Well, they've applied to leave it there and also applied for discharge consent because there's still contaminants being discharged. So we have to work within the parameters of the application, which is to leave it there. And so I would assume that it will more than likely be successful, but the key is in the conditions of consent to leave it there, and that's where the devil is in the detail.
Will you and the Tauranga City Council be working with people like, for example, the Bay of Plenty Regional Council on this whole consent process?
Yet to be decided whether we work with them and or our near neighbours, the Western Bay of Plenty District Council, who also have a lot of coastline that's been affected by the Rena disaster.
Now, I gather, Stuart, there's been some move pretty recently, in actual fact, on the compensation side of things for this whole Rena situation.
Yes, just recently compensation has been agreed to for the businesses that lost business or trade over the time of the Rena disaster. It's nearly over 2.5 years now. I know it's been very stressful for those business people, they're very small business people, so they've decided to settle rather than going through a lengthy and expensive court process. So that's just another chapter closed in the Rena saga.
Imagine your footsteps being one of the first to break the dew on the morning grass on the Shire. You could be one of the first to set foot on this world-famous movie set for the day, or you could stay and see the lights come up over Hobbiton and experience the magical night tour. Te Aroha Landing have teamed up with Hobbiton to make these options a reality. Anne-Marie spoke with Gillian O'Neill to find out more.
Gillian O'Neill, welcome to Central News. Te Aroha Landing has got some very exciting news regarding Hobbiton packages.
It is exciting, Annie. We have recently partnered with Hobbiton to develop 2 exclusive packages that bundle together 2 of New Zealand's best tourism experiences, and that is Hobbiton and the historic spa town of Te Aroha.
So how does it work, and why did you have to come up with this concept?
The two packages are called Dew on the Grass and Dusk on the Shire, and it's based around the fact that if you want to be, for example, Dew on the Grass, if you want to be some of the first footprints to break the dew on the grass in that very, very first morning tour, then you need to come the night before and you need to stay at Te Aroha Landing, because we're a short 35-minute drive to Hobbiton, experience all the fantastic things that our historic spa town has to offer, and then get up in the morning and beetle your way across to Hobbiton and be at the front of the queue and really, be the first to
Beat the crowd. Do you get hobbit feet to leave marks on the dew?
We could look at that as an option, but it's not something we offer at this point in time. But thanks for the contribution, Annie.
I'm the ideas girl. I think that would be fantastic.
They may well have them there.
Yeah, definitely. Or you could get those big slippers, those big crazy slippers as hobbit feet.
I do know. I bet you've got a pair of those.
I haven't.
Oh.
But now
on
I'm
your hit
tempted. Now I'm tempted to get a pair. Okay, what about the other end of the day, dusk on the Shire?
Yeah, so Dusk on the Shire is all about eliminating the need to race away, because dusk on the Shire is one of the most beautiful times of the evening, and if you're worried about getting to your accommodation up in Auckland, which is an hour and a half drive away, you're going to miss out on that. And now that they have lit up Hobbiton for the evening tours, it's just magical to watch the sunset and the dusk on the Shire and the lights come up. So again, it's don't race away. You've only got a short 35-minute drive down to some quality accommodation and a visit to one of New Zealand's unique tourist destinations, Te Aroha.
Can relax, get up in the morning and have a beautiful spa, go to the mineral spas.
Exactly.
Sounds fantastic.
It is.
Are there different price packages to choose from?
There are. We have a base package and exclusive package. So the base package is the one where we try to keep the price down. So that includes public tour tickets at Hobbiton, a night's accommodation at Te Aroha Landing and a spa. So we keep that quite simple. But then if you're really wanting, if you're a die-hard Hobbiton person and you're really wanting to experience the best that Te Aroha has to offer, then you need to look at the exclusive package, because what that includes is when you check into Te Aroha Landing, you'll find a selection of the South Farthing beverages, which are from the pub, Green Dragon pub from Hobbiton. They'll be in your fridge awaiting your arrival, setting the scene and preparing you for the next day. We get a high-end 3-course meal delivered. We take you on an exclusive tour of Adrian Wesley Gallery, which is something really unique. You have a spa, of course, in our world unique carbonated mineral baths, and then we send you on a private tour of Hobbiton, which is different to the public tour. So the private tour is a very small group size, and you get to see different parts of Hobbiton. You get to go into what they call the subdivision, so it's parts that you don't get to see if you're on the public tour. Yeah. So it really does create, it's a bundle that just is such a special package and very enjoyable.
Sounds fantastic. An idea for your exclusive package, you could pop in some of the movies into there as well.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
I'm the ideas girl. You are the ideas girl.
Gillian, thank you so much for coming in. Look forward to the success of the Hobbiton packages.
Thanks for your time, Annie.
For more information on Te Aroha Landing and the exclusive Hobbiton packages, go to talanding.co.nz. Just ahead, cheerleading in the Bay. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. Cheerleading is mostly associated with America, but a group in Tauranga are doing their best to bring the sport to the Bay. Wayne caught up with them to find out about the upcoming competition.
Firstly, Rebecca, tell us about the competition you're about to take part in.
Okay, so we're taking part in a competition in Auckland at the ASB Stadium in a couple of weeks' time on the 5th of July, and it's basically called the Twisted Boom, and it's a group of, it's a group of people from America that are top in cheerleading that come all the way from America and do these competitions in New Zealand a couple of times a year.
Now, I understand you're having a bit of a warm-up event on Sunday the 29th, is that right?
We sure are. We're inviting all our friends and our family and all our sponsors as well that have supported us, and they're just putting on like a pre-competition routine, so it's a bit of a practice run really, make sure they know what they're doing.
Now, you're a relatively new and young group in terms of how long you've been going. So you started in December. How's the group grown since then?
Absolutely. We started off with around about probably 14 girls, and we're now growing in a few months to about 44, leading up to 50. So we've grown massively. It's a massive sport growing across New Zealand at the moment.
Now, in terms of categorising, if you like, what cheerleading is now, is it a form of dance?
Absolutely. I think people think it's all about dancing and pom-poms, and you've got to be small and you just dance all the time, but you don't. It's all about strength and teamwork. We do stunt work and we do tumbling. It's really physical on your body, so it's more than just holding pom-poms.
Now, obviously it's fairly physical, so how often and how much does the team practice, and what does that involve?
Okay, they practice for long hours, probably 2 to 3 times a week, and it involves conditioning, so conditioning their body. We do tumbling with them. They get dance and choreography as well as stunts, so it's a mixture of everything. It's not just one thing, it's a variety of lots of different things that they need to learn.
And in terms of the involvement, what do you think they get out of this whole sport?
I think they get a lot of teamwork, a lot of team building, and it's not about themselves, it's about the teams. They work together, and also about getting out in the community. So we'll go and attend events and do lots out there. They'll do performances and shows. So yeah, it's not just about themselves, it's about the team environment and the community.
Now, I'm not sure whereabouts in New Zealand they are, but there is a cheerleading team that has got guys in it. Now, is this particular team, is it restricted to girls, or is it a bit of both?
Oh, absolutely. Any boys out there, any shape, any size, any age, we'd love to have you on our team. We would love to have some boys.
Now, I think I'm right in saying that New Zealand cheerleading teams have done fairly well overseas. So really, in summary, Rebecca, how do we compare internationally?
We're way up there, and New Zealand should be proud as a country. We're doing really well for cheerleading, especially to go to Worlds in America and bring home some trophies.
And that would be one of your aims too, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. A couple of years we'd love to go to Worlds in America. Watch this space.
To find out more, you can visit baytwisters.co.nz. Now for our weather for Thursday. Hamilton showers with northwesterlies. Your expected high is 18 and an overnight low of 10. The same for the rest of the Waikato with rain before dawn. They're mostly cloudy with showers. Paeroa, a high of 18 and a low of 9. Matamata, you have a high of 17 with a low of 10. Te Awamutu 18 with a low of 10, and Tokoroa 16 with a low of 9. Bay of Plenty, Tauranga, heavy rain, then a few showers, westerly change. Your expected high is 19 and an overnight low of 11. Te Puke, cloud increasing, few late showers, northerlies developing. Your expected high is 15 and an overnight low of 10. That is the news for today. If you have any stories or events happening throughout the region, please let us know by emailing us news@tvcentral.co.nz. I'll be back tomorrow with more news from in and around the region. I'm Amy Forrest. Have a great evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.